Hey, I hope everyone's doing well today. Happy Monday. Hope this week goes really well for you. So starting last Wednesday and ending yesterday, there was this really cool film festival here in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, that kicked off for its very first time the debut edition of the Genre Gems Film Festival. This is their site over here. And I saw a bunch of stuff. I went every day for at least one screening, usually two though. So yeah, the first day I went for one, and the last day I went for one, and then every other day I went for two screenings. They went all out on Saturday and Sunday. They had 5 screenings. These are the films: Useful Ghost. I see that actually at Cannes. Buffet Infinity, Dead Lover, saw that. Dracula, didn't see that. Dreams, saw that. Anyways, these are the films, really cool, and check them out on social media. There's their Instagram. Yeah, dig. And so I'm quite busy. We're all busy, right? So I didn't feel I was able to get my usual, word count down for these reviews because there were so many. But I wanted to get this out fast and furious. So I did what I did for the Ottawa International Animation Festival this year. I wrote one-liner reviews. So we're going to start with the shorts. So let's get to it. Seismic brain implosion. When in short is something I don't understand intellectually or culturally, but vibe with it throughout, it is a banger. 4.5 stars. The Sphinx. A tale about this guy who loses his nose when the real problem was his face. This is fun, but I enjoyed it in a different way. This guy and his face had it all coming to him. 3.5 stars. Leap of Passion. A neat short film that was used to kick us off into the vortex of Buffet Infinity. It's very strange feeling, but completely coherent. Lyrically straightforward, and a fun taste of dystopia. 4.5 stars. Giant Skeleton. One should never disrespect Halloween lawn decorations because they might just find a way to kill you, but you should also respect yourself and love Halloween. 4 stars. These two played at Fantasia Fest, Giant Skeleton and Leap of Passion. And yeah, so Seismic Brain Implosion played, what did it play? It played definitely on Thursday before one of those two films. I don't remember which. The Sphinx played before Zodiac Killer Project on Friday. And then the Leap of Passion played before Buffet Infinity on Friday. And then Giant Skeleton played before Resurrection yesterday on Sunday. And now we're going to get to the features. And it's all in order. So Dead Lover, that was Thursday. Dreams and the Piano Accident, that was Friday. Sorry. Dead Lover, Wednesday. Dreams and the Piano Accident, Thursday. Zodiac Killer Project, Buffet Infinity, Friday. Mare's Nest and Sirats, Saturday. Resurrection, Sunday. Boom. Now you know the chronology and how I sort of organized putting up these reviews. For those who want to know. Okay, so Dead Lover. The same couple/leads from another TIFF movie called Honey Bunch rocked this film, Dead Lover, which was like a fun but annoying, colorful headache, which I ultimately appreciated. 3.5 stars. So yeah, I'm actually, I don't think I've dropped my review for Honey Bunch, and but no, I certainly haven't. I know I haven't, but it's coming tomorrow, and yes, Dead Lover also played at TIFF. Dreams. I'm certain that they love this at the Berlinale, and it's hysterical to me that this would freak out distributors in Canada. It seems like something that is clearly quality, but the mixture of sex with geopolitics is too frightening and weird for many over here. 4.5 stars. I loved it. The Piano Accident. Quentin Dupieux is a director who I've known of, but haven't seen his work before. This one was really funny and truthful. It's like a love letter to Jackass and a spit in the face of narcissists within influencer culture. Well, there's probably a bunch of them. Zodiac Killer Project, a documentary about wanting to make a documentary when you lose the rights, but are qualified to do it, made by a man with extremely skinny arms. But I still appreciated his knowledge of the serial killer documentary tropes. 4 stars. Buffet Infinity. Buffet Infinity is headache inducing and a plot emerges eventually. I wish it took even longer and loved how annoying yet creative it ultimately was. 4.5 stars. Mare's Nest. This played at TIFF too. Yeah. Oh shit, I mentioned that in the review. Damn it. A post-apocalyptic movie with a bunch of kids talking poetic nonsense. There is minimal spectacle. This was in the TIFF wavelength section, so it's trippy but challenging. Not vibe-centric. It's cool enough, though. Surat. The ultimate movie to help me bond with friends who love to rave, and also the ultimate vibe of a movie that encapsulates our collective anxiety about not knowing where we are going together. 5 stars. Best of the festival. Resurrection. It took me a bit to groove into this one, and then I grooved out in the last few moments. This movie is structured like a dream, and it really does function like one. It's quite an accomplishment while confusing. 4.5 stars. Baboo. And this played at Cannes. So this played at Cannes. This played at Cannes at TIFF. This played at TIFF. This played at Fantasia. Sorry, I should probably mention the title instead of just scrolling through. So Resurrection played at Cannes. Surat played at Cannes and TIFF. Mare's Nest played at TIFF. Buffet Infinity played at Fantasia Fest. I don't know where Zodiac Killer Projects debuted. The Piano Accident, same thing. Dreams Berlinale. Dead Lover, TIFF. So, I mean, this is like really good festival fare for like, especially for like a debut festival. It's just unbelievable. So Genre Gems is meant to sort of challenge our notion of genre cinema. So it's sort of, I don't know if transgressive is the right word, but sort of, let's just say dark and challenging material in some sort of sense that is not horror or not like, you know, a Well Go USA movie. The sort of things I review here all the time. It's like a, I don't want to say the word highbrow. I don't think, because that'll be like a put down for stuff by like John Carpenter, which, you know, it's like that's incredibly accomplished, but it's not, you know, it's not horror movies about like elevated, about generational trauma that would get the label elevated. I don't know. I don't want to say that they're like necessarily better, but like they are very dense and challenging and rewarding ultimately. And so, what can we say about the shorts? I really like Leap of Passion. I'd say that's my favorite. And then, you know, Dreams was really probably my second favorite, but you got to give it to Surat. I just think it's funny as someone who's been to Berlin and is, you know, sort of a little hip to how they think over there. I wish I was in the audience at that festival for this film, and it's just funny to me that there's just no appreciation for this film in this country, in this part of the world. We just see it as like filth or weird, but I thought it was great. And I don't remember the last time I was so animated about a Jessica Chastain movie, to be honest with you. Anyways, these are some of my thoughts and all of my reviews for the debut edition of the Genre Gems Film Festival. I hope it lasts forever. Oh, also, one more thing I'll mention is last week I was, the week before, I was the short film jury coordinator at the Ottawa International Animation Festival. Those of you who watch all my videos would know that. And one of my jury members was Winston Hacking, who did this cool poster. I think he did a good job. And if you're curious, he did, to know his some of his street cred, he did this song Just, or the music video for Just by Run the Jewels, featuring Zach De La Rocha and Pharrell. So, you know, that's cool. He's cool. This is all cool. Try to appreciate culture here in Ottawa, Ontario. This is really a message for my residents here. For everybody else, you know, whatever. You don't have to come here. But be nice to us. And for my residents here, I really hope y'all come out in the future for this and catch banners like Resurrection and Surat. And shout out to David. You can see our clips talking about all the films here and some other stuff. Yeah, all the features at least. We talk about the shorts generally and the festival generally in 2 other videos, but that's I think I've covered what I needed to say in this video. And I hope y'all have a great day. Peace out.